tonight's game between the Bulldogs of Ottumwa and your Panthers. At this time, we'd like to invite everyone to please stand. Those wearing masks and ask that you please remove your hats in honor of our country for the playing of our national anthem. Officiating tonight's game are Tobias Lunsford, Mike Cameron, and Jeff Klein. And now let's make the starting lineup for the visiting Bulldogs of Ottumwa. Wearing number 4, 6-foot junior, Kai Lunsford. Wearing number 14, 6-foot junior, Joe Hammer. Number 20, 6'5" senior, Drake Hendley. Number 22, 6'4" junior, Trey Swartz. And number 42, 6'2" junior, Matt Gravy. Head coach, Neil Marks. Number 2, 6'3" senior, Blake Lowry. Number 3, 6'1" senior, Keegan Cover. Number 10, 6'4" senior, Brody Bender. Number 22, 6'4" junior, Brevin Wilson. And number 25, 6'2" senior, Jackson Hoyle. And Coach Neil assisted by Alan McNulty, Ray City, and Mike Wilson.
Should be a good game between a couple of teams fighting for some early season supremacy. We're Ottumwa 2-2. Fresh off a loss to Des Moines Hoover, Mount Pleasant 2-3, coming off a loss Friday versus Keokuk. It'll be Brevin Wilson and Drake Handling in the center circle. And we're just about ready for basketball. Tip and tap is up. It's controlled by Mount Pleasant and Jackson Hoyle. And Mount Pleasant will have the first possession of quarter number 1. A man event set for the Ottumwa Bulldogs is Cohorst, aggressive out of the shoot, drives it in, good, and one. How about that start, Coach?
It's just like Tuesday night. We got to keep it up.
The foul is going to be called on Kai Glasser. The basket will count and the foul. So a 2-0 lead for Mount Pleasant. Just 11 seconds into the game as Cohorst, rocking those green Christmas socks, drills the foul shot. And Mount Pleasant leads 3-0. Ottumwa is kind of a one-man show on offense. It's Trey Swartz, 22 points, almost 9 rebounds a night. Shooting it better than 50% from the three-point line, and he's going to be checked immediately by Brody Bender as Kai Glasser holds between the rings right side. Glasser picks the dribble up top. Now it comes to Joe Hammer with a left-hand dribble. Kicking to the far corner for Handling's three, no good. And the rebound to Brody Bender. Good board by Bender in amongst the trees. It's outletted to Brevin Wilson, front court right. Over to Clayton Lowry. Baseline drive, hangs. Kicks it out. Hoyle's triple. Good. Check-in. Clayton Lowry, 6-0 Mount Pleasant with 7:05 to go in the first quarter. Joe Hammer breaks the pressure, hands it off to Swartz, splits the double team, and Swartz is bumped and fouled. It'll be a sideline inbound for Ottumwa. The foul called on Brody Bender. His first and the team's first. 6:56 to go. First quarter, 6-0 lead for Mount Pleasant.
Just a similar start to Tuesday night. We just got to keep it going.
Inbound comes to Joe Hammer. It's his signals from his sideline, and Neil Hartz relays them to his Bulldogs. Looking over the chessboard, right side wing it comes for Grave. Grave back up top. Here's Glasser with a left-hand drive. To the far corner it goes for Handling. And Handling mishandled the basketball and is called for a double dribble. 6:40 to go, first quarter. Mount Pleasant 6. Ottumwa nothing. Great start for the maroon and gold here tonight. Keegan Cohorst with 3. Jackson Hoyle with 3. It's Cohorst walking it across. Lowry right wing. Hoyle left side with a left-hand drive, hangs in the air. His floater, no good. Offensive rebound. Hoyle puts it back up. It's good. And the foul. Jackson Hoyle. And one. And the foul is going to be called on Matt Grave, which is his first, the team's second. Checking in for Ottumwa is Galen Menenga. He will sub for Grave. What a start for Mount Pleasant. 8-0 lead for the Panthers. 6:26 to go first quarter. Hoyle with 5. He's at the line. Jackson is shooting just 58% from the free throw line, and he missed the foul shot. The rebound comes to Swartz. It's Joe Hammer now to the right side for Caitlin Menenga, recently checked in. Menenga off a screen from Swartz. They get it into him right block. He's posting, but Brevin Wilson denies the post entry, knocking it on the play with his left hand. It'll be a baseline right inbound for Ottumwa, trailing 8-0 with 6:09 to go in the first quarter. It comes into Swartz. Swartz picks the dribble up as he drives right, working on Clayton Lowry. Gets his man to jump in the air, and Swartz draws a foul. It's Lowry's first. And it'll be 2 free throws for Trey Swartz, averaging 21.8 points, 48% from the field, 52% from 3, and 71% from the free throw line. Swartz's first foul shot is up and good. And Ottumwa is on the board with 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. It's 8-1, Mount Pleasant. Swartz, second free throw. That one is up and too long. Rebound comes to Brody Bender. 8-1 Mount Pleasant, just under 6 minutes to go first quarter. Bender right wing. Stiff pass comes to Hoyle left side. Hoyle off the bounce, kicks it to Cohorst. Extra pass for Lowry, right pocket triple. It's good. Lowry from Keegan Cohorst and Neil Hartz wants to take timeouts. First quarter. Bender right wing. Stiff pass comes to Hoyle left side. Hoyle off the bounce, kicks it to Cohorst. Extra pass for Lowry, right pocket triple. It's good.
It is, and this is one of those situations where Coach Hickey's got to keep them going. You just can't let up. Sometimes when you get that big lead, you have a tendency, and it's unconscious tendency, just to let up a little bit, think you got everything under control. Got to keep playing hard.
11-1 the score so far in Mount Pleasant. 4 of 5 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Meanwhile, the Ottumwa Bulldogs just 0 for 1. They only have 1 field goal attempt, Coach.
Yeah, they do.
Here in the first 2.5 minutes.
They've only had 1 turnover.
Out of the timeout, here is Drake Handling walking it across half court for the Bulldogs. Giving off to Glosser, back to Handling, left wing. Glosser nearly fumbled with it. Swung to Gatelin Menenga, right wing. Back up top for Hammer. To the right side for Menenga. Looking in for Swartz. They get it into him, right block. Swartz all alone, missed it. And the rebound comes to Brevin Wilson. Mount Pleasant up by 10, 5:11 to go. Lowry, baseline drive. Kicks it to Bender, right corner. Back up top to Hoyle, back to Bender. Over to Wilson, it's intercepted. Handling to the rim with a right. No good, an overlay. Menenga's follow is good. Menenga with the 2-point field goals, 11-3. Mount Pleasant by 8. Clayton Lowry, left side down for Brevin Wilson. Wilson off the bounce. He had 22 points in Friday's loss. They get into him, left block. Double team comes. Wilson tries to dribble out of it and turns it over. Hammer with the steal. Wilson is slow to get up, and he is really shaken up. Yeah, you can see his shoulders.
His shoulder didn't pop out.
It did. Oh my goodness, that is really not looking good.
He's had that injury before.
Connor Peterson's going to have to come into the game. Oh my goodness, you can see the bone coming out of the socket. That is really hard to look at. Oh my goodness.
It's back in now.
Is it?
He can put it back in himself.
Oh my goodness, I about fainted, Coach.
Commonplace forever.
He did battle through a shoulder injury all throughout the football season, but golly, that was something else. 4:19 to go first quarter, 11-3. Mount Pleasant by 8. The inbound comes to Swartz. Swung over to Handling left side. Back to Hammer. He'll try a deep 3, and the Hammer in and out. And the rebound comes to Clayton Lowry. 11-3, 4:07 to go in the first quarter. Mount Pleasant leads by 8. Right side here is Hoyle. Back up top, Peterson. Lowry. Left hand drive. Lowry tries to scoop a pass over to Peterson. It's turned over into the awaiting arms of Gatelin Menenga. Menenga shovels it off the Hammer near corner. And Hammer traveled. 3:51 to go. First quarter, 11-3. Mount Pleasant by 8. What's the turnover count both ways, Coach?
Mount Pleasant has 3, Ottumwa 2.
Mount Pleasant has turned the basketball over 2 out of their last 3 trips. There's Hoyle off the right wing. Back up top, Bender straight away. Bender over to Peterson, right wing. Bounces once, back to Hoyle. Deep NBA range 3. Hoyle in and out, heartbreak for Jackson. And the rebound comes to Handling. 11-3, Mount Pleasant by 8. 3:27 to go first quarter. High Glosser, far corner. Up top for Hammer. Back over to Glosser. Swartz posting off the left block. Can't get it to him. Good job fronting the post by Clayton Lowry. Near corner on a reversal comes to Glosser. Drives middle. Kicks to Menenga. Extra pass to Handling. Underneath for Swartz. All alone. Left block good. Trey Swartz makes it 11-5. Swartz with 3 points. 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Bender dribbling it too much, nearly turned it over, comes to Hoyle, and he had to go to the deck to get it. The timeout taken by Caleb Akey. 2:52 to go in the first quarter, 11-5. Mount Pleasant by 6, and after that hot start, a double-digit lead, Ottumwa scored 4 straight.
Yeah, we at least got to come down and get a shot attempt and eliminate those 3 turnovers because they're really just in a hurry. Got to slow down a little bit, gets a good shot, And so far when we've done that tonight, the ball's gone down. And when you start making three-point shots like we have tonight, that really makes your shooting look good.
So out of the timeout, Adam Greiner checks in for Drake handling. Same five for Mount Pleasant: Bender, Hoyle, Cohorst, Peterson, and Lowry. And Ottumwa counters with Menenga, Glosser, Hammer, Swartz, and Adam Greiner. 2:52 to go in the first quarter. 11-5, Mount Pleasant by 6. And there is a little bit of spillage on the court. They wipe it up, and we're good to go. Inbound comes backcourt for Keegan Cohorst. Walks it across, gives it to Connor Peterson. Peterson, bad pass, turned over. Peterson intercepted. Menenga all alone to the rim. Layup good. And that is, you just can't make, Coach.
No, you can't make unforced turnovers. That was just a bad pass.
11-7. It's down to a 4-point lead for Mount Pleasant as Brevin Wilson goes back to the scores table. Lowry left wing, shot fake, working on Swartz. Crosses over, spins into the paint. Takes to Peterson, left corner. Ottumwa's defense really locking down. And there's a travel on Connor Peterson. And he will come out. Brevin Wilson quickly back into the contest. Peterson to the bench. 2:15 to go in the first quarter. 11-7, Mount Pleasant by 4. But Ottumwa on a 6-0 run. Trap comes, and Ottumwa's going to have to take a timeout, and they do. Ty Glosser takes one with 2:09 to go in the first quarter, and Ottumwa spends their second, and it is a 30-second timeout. 2:09 to go in the quarter, 11-7, Mount Pleasant by 4. Ottumwa on a 6-0 run.
Well, that's a waste of 2 timeouts. This is a close game. He's going to wish he had those timeouts, but we'll take that because he's going to run out. Hopefully it's not going to be a close game. Hopefully we're going to control this thing.
Well, Ottumwa on a 6-0 run, Coach, and they've done a good job defensively over the last 4 minutes.
Well, the first team I've seen so far that we played this year that's run offense. They've got a set offense they run with screens and back screens on the weak side, and they're going to be around.
So out of the timeout, it's a Joe Hammer inbound. It comes into the backcourt for Caitlin Menenga, who has 4 points. Tree Swartz has 3, and that's all for Ottumwa. Adam Greiner right wing. Up top now for Glosser. Swung to Joe Hammer. Up top it comes to Swartz. Swartz with a right-hand drive. Curls in the cup. Kicks it to the far corner. Here's Glosser driving, hanging. His layup is no good, but he's fouled by Lowry. So Clayton picks up his second, and the team's third. And going to the line, shooting 2 is Kai Glosser. 3 of 4 from the free throw line. 75%. Ottumwa 66% as a team this season as Jack Johnson sheds the warm-up. He'll come in after this foul shot. It's good by Glosser. Johnson comes in for Clayton Lowry. Johnson, Cohorst, Bender, Wilson, and Hoyle for Mount Pleasant. Menenga, Glosser, Hammer, Swartz, and Greiner for Ottumwa. 7-0 run for Ottumwa. The lead for Mount Pleasant trimmed down to 3 with 1:52 to go in the first quarter. Glosser's second free throw is up and good. A perfect trip for Glosser. It's 11-9, 1:48 to go first quarter. Cohorst, high post right for Bender. Back to Cohorst right wing. Cohorst spins middle. A lot of contact. He goes up and fouled. It'll either be on Swartz or Glosser. And we'll get the call here. Either way, Keegan Cohorst is going to get 2 free throws. It's on Glosser, which is his second personal foul. And shooting 2 will be Keegan Cohorst. Keegan, 10 of 17 from the free throw line this season. The first free throw is up and good. Checking in for Ottumwa, number 32, Taylor Young. He'll check in for Kai Glosser. 12-9. Mount Pleasant silences the 8-0 run. Cohorst at the line for a second. It's good. 13-9, 1:37 to go first quarter. Mount Pleasant using a little 2-1-2 full court pressure here. Trying to speed the Bulldogs up. And nearly turning it over was Adam Greiner. He was looking for the newly inserted Taylor Young along the far wing, who's not going to play by Bender. It'll be a sideline left inbound for the Ottumwa offense. It comes in to Taylor Young near the half-court line. Back Back to Joe Hammer, 35 feet out. Over to Taylor Young, near side. Up top, Griner. Griner, left-hand drive to the corner. Swung back up top to Menenga. Menenga, ball reversal to Taylor Young. Young back to Griner. Swung far corner from Menenga. Looks in for Swartz. Left block, good move. And he's good at one. Trey Swartz from Dietland Menenga. 13-11, and Swartz showing off some of that exquisite post footwork.
Oh, that was a great move.
A foul called on Keegan Cohorst, his first, team's fourth. Swartz at the line, the first free throw, and only free throw is no good, but an offensive rebound by Menenga. Back up top to Hammer. Comes to Griner near side wing. Over to Swartz, left block, double team comes. Swartz dribbles through it, he's fouled. Trey Swartz going to work on Mount Pleasant's interior defense. And simply put, they have no answer for him right now.
No, they don't. They have to double him because they're strong enough, big enough to handle him one-on-one.
Foul picked up on Brody Bender, which is his second personal, team's fifth. The free throw by Swartz is up and good. 13-12, and since that 11-1 start, Coach, it's been a 11-2 run for the Ottumwa Bulldogs. They can tie the game on Swartz's free throw here. It's up and good. We do have a tie game. And Zach Manganello is going to come in for Mount Pleasant. Manganello will spell Brody Bender. 13-13, 53.6 to play in the first quarter. Cohorst with a jogging dribble, left hand into the front court. On top for Hoyle, nearly thrown away. Hoyle pounding the basketball, 40 feet out, takes the dribble up, finds Jack Johnson. Johnson over to Manganello, swung to Brevin Wilson near side. Wilson jabbing, he'll try a deep three, that's way off. And the rebound comes to Swartz. And someone can take the lead here. Menenga, right wing. And in the corner for Young. Back to Menenga. Swung to Hammer. Hammer calling for a high pick and roll. Swartz comes to set it. Hammer turns the corner into the paint. He's bumped and fouled on the drive. It will be on the ground. No shot. It'll stay with Ottumwa. The bad news is they'll be shooting the rest of the way as Mount Pleasant picks up their sixth personal foul. It's on Jackson Hoyle, his first, team's sixth. The inbound comes to Swartz, low on the right. His runner is good. Swartz, what a quarter. He has 8 points. 9 points, I should say. The half-court heave by Keegan Cohorst is no good. And at the end of the first quarter, it is Mount Pleasant now trailing. Ottumwa 15, Mount Pleasant 13. Back in 1 minute, you're listening to Panther Basketball.
Want to be at your optimal health? Get an appointment at Mount Pleasant Chiropractic. Chiropractic care is a central component to your health and well-being. They can treat back and neck pain, migraines, joint pain, and arthritis, auto accident injuries, sports injuries, and so much more. Be at your best health. See Dr. Matt Donnelly at Mount Pleasant Chiropractic, down from the post office.
Providing feed, fuel, and fiber for the world is a tough job. SoCup Manufacturing and B&S Steel of Morningside, Iowa are here to help you do it. SoCup Grain Handling, Drying and Storage Products provide solutions that help you protect and preserve the world's grain supply. Get your supplies at B&S Steel, Morningside, Iowa by calling 868-7639.
PreferredAutoSales.net. It's a website that you need to remember because if you need a car, truck, or van, you really should check out PreferredAutoSales.net. It's an easy-to-use website with a huge inventory for you to find your perfect vehicle. Then head out on Highway 34 to Lockridge to view them all at Preferred Auto Sales.
Welcome back to Mount Pleasant High School, a 15-13 first quarter lead for Ottumwa. Mount Pleasant finishing the quarter 4 of 8 from the field, 2 of 5 from downtown. Ottumwa heated up towards the end of the quarter, Coach. They finished 5 of 9 from the field, 56%. Both teams shooting the basketball well.
Ottumwa was well disciplined on offense.
Joe Hammer has it at the controls now. Menenga. High post look for Griner. Back out top to Menenga. Swung to Young. Back up top to Young. Here's a three-point look. It's short. And the miss by Joe Hammer. Loose ball rebound taken by Griner. Boy, Mount Pleasant had a crack at that one. They couldn't get to it. Menenga right wing. Up top to Griner. Griner's traveled. Looked like he was bumped and fouled, but the referee will say he walked before the foul. It'll go back to Mount Pleasant. 7:23 to go in the first half.
That's one of those, he traveled because he was pushed from behind.
Exactly. 15-15. Ottumwa by 2, 7:18 to go in the first half. Bremen Wilson, right wing. Finds a cutting Jackson Hoyle. Back out to Johnson, far corner. Johnson driving to the rim. He's pushed from behind, and a foul called on Ottumwa. The foul is going to be called on Taylor Young, which is his first, team's fourth.
In that JV game tonight, Ottumwa didn't have a foul in the second half.
Here's Bremen Wilson, and Wilson is playing 3-0 front. He lays it up and in, tied at 15. 7 minutes to go, first half. Ottumwa 15, Mount Pleasant 15. Ottumwa on an extended 14-4 run. Top of the circles, here is Menenga. To the right side for Hammer. Into the corner for Trey Swartz. Swung back up top, Ryder. Back pass to Menenga. Left corner. Menenga off the bounce. Pass up top for Taylor Young. Back to Hammer right side. Here's Griner, high post. Out to Hammer. He'll try a corner triple and hits. Downtown. Assistant Griner. It's 18-15. A 3-point lead for Ottumwa. This handling is sent to check in for the Bulldogs on the next dead ball. Evan Wilson in the far corner, working on Swartz. Drives middle, bounces for Johnson, nearly picked off. Johnson navigates to the key, kicks it out for Hoyle, but Johnson traveled. 18-15, a couple of subs. Matt Gravy back into the game. He will spell Taylor Young, and Drake Handling also in as he will grab Adam Griner. Ottumwa by 3, 18-15 the score. 2 minutes gone by here in the second quarter.
Ottumwa's playing real well, and we're just going to have to stay with it. We can't let them jump out, get that good lead build up. We've got to take some good shots and play the good defense.
Entry pass looking for Swartz is turned over. Hoyle with the sticky fingers. Mount Pleasant has gone to a 2-3 zone. It's made it a little bit harder to get Swartz the basketball as Cohorst drives to the rim. Jump stops, he's fouled. It will be on the floor. 5:43 to go first half. The foul picked up on Matt Gravy, which will be Gravy's second foul. Checking back in is Connor Peterson. He will grab Jackson Hoyle. So it is Johnson, Cohorst, Manganello, Wilson, and Peterson on the floor for Mount Pleasant as Peterson drives baseline, kicks it to Manganello, but a bad pass by Peterson, another turnover for Mount Pleasant. Here's Swartz, he'll try a left pocket three, it's Trey Swartz having a first half to remember. 12 points for Ottumwa, the lead up to 6 for the Bulldogs at 21-15. Cohorst pressured 35 feet from the hoop, drives in, going up with the right hand. He is bumped and fouled. He'll get 2 shots. The foul called on Gatelin Menenga. That'll be Menenga's first, team's 6th. And shooting 2 will be Keegan Cohorst. Keegan 3 of 3 from the free throw line so far tonight. Mount Pleasant as a team doing much better from the foul line. 3 of 4. And his first is good. 6 points for Keegan. 21-16 the lead for Ottumwa. 5:17 to go in the first half. Cohorst bounces 3 times, spins it into his right hand, eyes the rim, and hits. Keegan with 7 points. The lead back down to 4 for Ottumwa. They lead Mount Pleasant 21-17. 5 and change to go in the first half. Joe Hammer walks it across half court, throwing to Menenga near wing. Up top for Handling. Left of the circles, here's Swartz, and Manganello got his hand in the cookie jar. That's the 7th team foul. And Trey Swartz will have a 1-and-1.
You know, this won't be really an offensive game, Nate, because Ottumwa averages 52 points on offense and give up 46 points a game. Mount Pleasant averages 45 points a game and gives up 46 points. So this game's probably going to be in the 40s and 50s.
Swartz's free throw is good. He earns his second. Swartz with 13 points for Ottumwa. He is 4 of 5 from the field, including 1 of 1 from beyond the arc, and 4 of 6 from the free throw line. He has played the entire first half. Swartz eyes the rim, no good. And the rebound is tipped out of play. And actually they're going to get a loose ball foul called on, I believe, Gravy, which will already be his third. We'll see if it is. It is on Gravy. Which is his seventh, and that means Adam Griner is going to have to come back into the game as Gravy's in some serious foul trouble. And in doing so, it's the seventh personal foul on the Bulldogs, and going to the line is Zach Manganello for a 1-and-1.
Yeah, you know, on defense, like Gravy that time, reaching over the back, if they're going to call that every time, and the kids always do it. They just want to reach.
Manganello can't hit the foul shot, but the rebound to Cohorst, and a loose ball foul called against Ottumwa again. Or is it going to go against Johnson? I think it is. They're going to get Jack Johnson here with a loose ball foul. That's his first in the team's eighth, and Jack doesn't understand what the call was there. Did you see it, Coach?
No, I didn't.
Either way, Drake Hamlin goes back to the free throw line for Ottumwa. It's a 1-and-1 for the Bulldogs.
Well, we're at 5 minutes left in the first half, and 1-and-1 already. Early 1-and-1
for both teams. Hamlin at the line. First foul shot of the season for Handling. No good. And the rebound comes to Cohorst. 5-point lead for Ottumwa as Wilson serves to the rim. A bad pass. And it goes into the backcourt and a turnover against Mount Pleasant. Over and back violation. 8 first half turnovers for Mount Pleasant.
And we're very fortunate there. Ottumwa's only turned that into 4 points.
4:55 to go in the first half. And Mount Pleasant gives it back to Ottumwa, leading Mount Pleasant by 5. Near side wing, it's Griner. Back up top for Menenga. Bounce pass to Hammer. Hammer off the bounce, up top for Griner. Griner looking in for Handling. Back out to Menenga, right wing. Up top for Griner. Swung quickly to Hammer. He'll try a deep three. Hammer short. And the loose ball rebound goes out of bounds. It'll go back to Mount Pleasant. 22-17. Ottumwa by 5. 4:27 to go in the first half. And this game kind of stagnating for Mount Pleasant, at least offensively.
Yeah, after we scored 11 points to start the game, they had 11-1 lead. We slowed down a little bit. They've outscored us 21-4 or 21-6.
21-6 extended run here in the first half for Ottumwa. Shades of the contest versus Keokuk for the Panther offense. Brevin Wilson, left wing, drives baseline. His runner is good. Shot doesn't matter. Wilson hits it. Back down to a 3-point game. Ottumwa 22, Mount Pleasant 19. Wilson with 4 here in the first half. Menenga, right wing. Spinning on Cohorst. Backs it out. Menenga is going to be whistled. That's a violation against Ottumwa. A 5-second closely guarded whistle. Don't see that very often. Give credit to Cohorst there. Mount Pleasant will get Jackson Oil back into the game. Jack Johnson comes out. Meanwhile, Ottumwa will sub out Gatlin Menenga as they will go back to Taylor Young. 22-19, Ottumwa by 3. 3:47 to go in the first half. Manganello off the bounce. Lost it. Kicks it back to the left side wing for Hoyle. Underneath Peterson. Double team comes. Comes to Cohorst. Here waiting into the lane. His floater. What a move. Fouls on Adam Griner, his first, team's 8th. Cohorst redeeming himself. Already has 9 points. He can get to double figures and tie the game with a made free throw here. Yeah, Adam Griner is having a talking to with the official.
No, the official was doing all the talking.
Either way is fine. The official was letting Griner know that he was in the wrong there as Cohorst drills the foul shot. We're even up at 22. Keeping with 10 points. Right side here is Griner looking in for Swartz, and Manganello fouled Swartz again. 20 feet from the hoop, and he wasn't even looking at the basket.
Not a good play.
That puts a good free throw shooter at the line.
And Ottumwa's got out of their disciplined offense last couple trips down the floor. Haven't looked into Swartz, and that's why we've been able to tie this basketball game up.
Swartz makes the first foul shot. He has 14 points in the first half. 23-22. Ottumwa by 1. 3:28 to go in the first half. Swartz makes both. One of the most talented offensive players in Southeast Iowa, showing why, with 15 here in the first half. Jackson Hoyle, left wing. Over to Brevin Wilson. Wilson crosses over, Euro stepping to the lane. Wild shot, no good. And the rebound comes to Trey Swartz. Left side, Griner. Up top now for Hammer. Swung to Taylor Young. Into the corner, here's Handling's three, it's good. 27-22. Somewhat a 5-0 run. And a travel on Jackson Hoyle. And things unraveling a bit here for Mount Pleasant. Turnover number 9 in the first half.
Not a good time. 2:52 remaining in the first half. Mount Pleasant down 27-22. And got to put the defense on the Bulldogs right now.
Mount Pleasant looking to put the leash on the Bulldogs here this final 2:43. Trey Swartz left corner. Closed out on tightly by Wilson and Connor Peterson. It's swung over to Hammer near side wing. Hammer off the bounce with the left hand. Looks in for Swartz. Nearly turned over. Swartz gets it back. Bullies his way to the 10. Layup, no, but a foul call to Swartz. Looks up to the heavens and is exasperated why that one didn't go. The foul called on Jackson Hoyle is his second foul, the team's 10th, and 2 foul shots either way for Trey Swartz. Short on the first. And checking back in, Jackson Hoyle will go to the bench, and it will be Jack Johnson. Johnson, Cohorst, Manganello, Wilson, and Peterson. Manganello and Peterson getting some extended first half minutes.
Yeah, they have been.
Swartz's second free throw, no good. Off the hind iron, he missed both. And the rebound comes to Cohorst. 27-22, Cohorst putting the moves on to the rim. No, but a foul. He and Cohorst will get free throws. Foul called on Taylor Young. 19 first half fouls, 10 for Mount Pleasant, 9 for Ottumwa. Might need to get new whistles before the second half starts, Coach.
Might be right.
Cohorst at the line. The free throw is good. Keegan having himself a nice night. He is 7 for 7 from the free throw line. 2 of 3 from the field. 0 of 1 from downtown. 11 points, 2 rebounds, and an assist for Cohorst here in half number 1. 2:17 to go in the second quarter. 27-23. 27-24. Mount Pleasant has it down to a 3-point game. Joe Hammer, front court right. Holding the dribble, left side now for Taylor Young. Up top for Swartz. Double team comes, he'll back out of it. Off the dribble, over to Taylor Young, far corner. Shoveled over to Griner. Near side comes for Hammer. Looking in for Swartz, low on the right. Swartz up with the right hand. He couldn't get it to go. Stays with it, an offensive rebound, and a foul on Jack Johnson. Trey Swartz is just a bully, Coach.
He's a tough one-on-one player. Big body.
Second foul on Jack, 11th team foul. Swartz, 71% from the free throw line. It's just 6 of 11 tonight, or 55%. It's the first. He has 16 of Ottumwa's 28 points. Swartz makes the second. Griner comes out. And Bishop comes back in for Ottumwa. 29-24, Bulldogs by 5. Mount Pleasant will back it out and look for a good one here. right wing. Swung over to Johnson. Not a lot of offensive creativity on the floor for Mount Pleasant right now.
Well, looking for that good shot, though. Be patient.
Here's Johnson kicking to Wilson. Baseline drive. Wilson up top for Manganello through his hands, but he and Cohorst is right there to pick up the loose change. Swung back up top to Cohorst. Minute to go in the first half. Johnson off the bounce. Doesn't go much of anywhere with it. Bounces it back to Cohorst. Deep NBA range three, no good. Offensive rebound, Jack Johnson. Up with the right hand, no good. And the rebound loose to Brevin Wilson. Back down top to Connor Peterson. He'll try a step back three. No, way off. And the rebound comes to Quentin Bishop. Mount Pleasant had some good looks there.
They did. And now I know Ottumwa Bulldogs will probably play for one. As soon as I say that, they shoot the ball.
It's Swartz underneath, and it's good. Trey Swartz has 19 points in the first half to lead 7.
He might have his average by halftime.
He might. Hopefully not, because that would mean a turnover for Mount Pleasant. 31-24. Ottumwa by 7. They'll work for the final shot of the first half. It's a 30-13 extended first half run for Ottumwa. Cohorst right wing with 4 to shoot. Cohorst drives baseline, pulls up from 15, can't get it to go. The rebound by Joe Hammer, and that will do it. Well, I'll tell you what, Mount Pleasant, back to the drawing board they go as they search for answers offensively. As Ottumwa, since allowing 11 points in the first 1 minute and 30 seconds of that first quarter, Coach, over the 14 minutes and 30 seconds after that, they allowed just 13. As Mount Pleasant trails 31-24 into recess.
You know, and both teams are playing really hard on defense, and that's one of the reasons why we have so many fouls in the first half. We had a total of 21 fouls, and both teams have shot fairly well from the free throw line. Ottumwa was 10 out of 14. Mount Pleasant's 9 out of 10. So both teams shooting real well from the free throw line, and I think the defense has been the cause of that. Both teams are aggressive, and they're playing hard, and that's why the game is where it is. 31-24. Give Ottumwa credit. They were patient. They came back after being down 11-1, and they have a 7-point lead at the halftime break.
7-point lead at recess. 31-24 is the halftime scoreline for Ottumwa. We'll come back with our first half reaction and statistics back in 3 minutes. You're listening to Panther Basketball.
Mount Pleasant Tire keeps you rolling. They're a certified dealer of Goodyear, Dunlop, and Kelly tires. Besides being a tire dealer and repair shop, they also can help you with your automotive repair and can do oil, lube, and filter service. Their friendly staff will go above and beyond to help you with all of your auto repair needs. Call to schedule an appointment at Mount Pleasant Tire, 385-3022.
C&M Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing is ready to take care of all your needs. Their service technicians have the training and tools necessary to get the job done right the first time. They also sell and install new water heaters, heating systems, and air conditioners with high-quality brands such as Rheem and Lennox. For quick, dependable service, 385-4125. C&M Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing. Working hard for each and every customer. CW Tree Trimming of Salem offers tree trimming and removal, stump grinding, storm damage recovery, and much more. They're also very careful of the surroundings and safety. For a professional company that will take great care of your property, call 319-931-6759. CW Tree Trimming of Salem. We're there into your trees, not your wallet.
Have DuraClean come help. They provide a full spectrum of cleaning services, carpets, furniture, tile and grout, windows, even water damage. Their water restoration services will get your home back to normal. Owners Kurt and Renee have served all of Southeast Iowa since 2001. Give your home a good deep cleaning with DuraClean. 986-6613.
Get behind the wheel of a great new-to-you vehicle from Mount Pleasant Motors. Before they put the Mount Pleasant Motors sticker on the back, they inspect it carefully and thoroughly. They know when you hand over the check, it's a huge investment, so you need it to run for many years to come. Check out what they have now by going to MountPleasantMotors.net or at 1207 East Washington Street.
Wilson Distributor Service and Safeguard Source One has all the products you need to survive winter. Make sure that you get your shovels, snow rakes, brooms, squeegees, and ice melts. They also carry a wide range of cleaning and janitorial supplies and can help your business grow. Come see them at 105 North McCoy in Mount Pleasant.
There's two great options. Mike's Automotive of Salem and K&M Auto of New London are your go-to for all things automotive. They have the training and experience to get your car and keep your car running like a champ. Call Mike's Automotive at 258-2225 or K&M Auto at 367-5117. The automotive experts are ready to work on your car.
Lomont Molding is your complete source for custom molding, design, and engineering services. We operate 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Our dedicated employees work hard to ensure quality products and are constantly striving for new pinnacles of innovation. For all your plastic needs, give Lomont Molding in Mount Pleasant a try today.
MPC Enterprises stands for Midwest Precast Concrete. They're a precast concrete producer and are certified producers of both architectural and structural precast concrete products. The products are used in projects throughout the Midwest. Items include columns, support beams, wall panels, stairs, stadium risers, and more. You can learn more about the company at mpcent.com.
Looking to make healthy changes? Trying to lose weight or address a chronic condition? Don't get overwhelmed. A health coach from the Rec Center can make all of the difference. With expert guidance and personal support, real changes can happen. Learn more by contacting Jordan Digman at 385-2960 or go to mpreccenter.com.
Welcome back to Mount Pleasant, a 31-24 halftime advantage for the Ottumwa Bulldogs. And Mount Pleasant back to the drawing board offensively. They start hot, really on the back of a couple of wide open threes, but since then, offensive looks, especially good looks at the hoop, haven't been there. And give credit to Ottumwa in that regard.
Yeah, and the threes we've been taking after we hit the first 3 out of 4 have been probably from 21, 22 feet out. We're 3 or 4 feet behind the arc. And we're still giving 3-point for our 19-foot shots. We're not giving 4 points for 22-point shots. So get in by the arc, make the shot a little bit easier to make. And at the halftime break for Ottumwa, their leading scorer is Trey Schwartz. He's averaging 22 points a game for the year. He's got 19 already. 4 points for Ganlin Menenga, 3 points for Joe Hammer and Drake Handling, and a bucket for Doug Graceman. And for the Panthers, great first half by Keegan Korhars. He's 8 out of 8 from the free throw line. He's got 12 points. 3 points for Clayton Lowry, 4 points for Brevin Wilson, 5 points for Jackson Hoyle. So all in all, still in the ball game, only down by 7. But we're going to have to play a little bit better third quarter, especially offensively. Defense is okay. Just play hard and keep number 22, who is Trey Schwartz, off the low block. Because if he gets the ball inside, he's going to score. Big body, 6'4", probably goes 185, 190. He's going to be tough to handle. We can't let him get the basketball in deep.
Well, that's one thing I was going to ask you about defensively. Have they done a good job on Schwartz? And two, if you don't think they have, what adjustments do they have to make?
Well, if he's going to be on the low block, you got to front and you got to have help from behind. And if they're going to shoot the 3 and skip pass to the weak side, the back side, make him hit a 3-point shot, make him hit 1 or 2, and then you go back and play your honest defense. But you're going to have help on Schwartz inside because we've got nobody that can handle him one-on-one.
Yeah, that's evidenced by his 19 points. Offensively, Coach, we were talking during the break. Too much dribbling, in your opinion. How does Mount Pleasant stop that?
Well, we're going to use more of the screens and take advantage of the screens. We can dribble, but make the dribble mean something. We're just dribbling with no aim in mind. And if we're going to dribble off the screen where you're penetrating and dishing off if you don't have the layup. So, be smart. Be smart on offense. And here again, we got away from the good shot. The first 3 minutes of the game, we had an 11-1 lead. And then we got away from working for that good shot. And of course, when you make a 3, it makes your offense really look good, and that's what happened in the first 2.5 minutes.
Do you think Mount Pleasant offensively is settling too much for jump shots?
Well, the shots, most of the shots we've taken have been, I think, good shots. We've taken maybe 4 or 5 shots that were rushed and maybe way out of somebody's range to make them and can't make them. And then here again, you've got to have the people shooting the basketball that can shoot it. Sometimes we've taken shots where the kids that have taken them, there's no way they're going to make them.
Well, it's interesting first half reaction from the coach. Mount Pleasant shot 7 of 16 from the field, 44% in half number 1. they're really largely in this game, Coach, because of their strong free throw numbers. 10 trips to the foul line, and they're 80%.
Yeah, and we've got to be careful in the second half. We've got 5 people with 2 fouls, and we're talking about Clayton Lowry's got 2, Brody Bender's got 2, Jackson Hall's got 2. That's 3 of our 5 starters, so we've got to be real careful there. We can't get the third foul real quick here in the third quarter in any one of those 3 people, because that's going to put a dent in our offense if that happens.
Well, and one thing, too, that we've noticed over the last handful of weeks is Mount Pleasant's inability to rebound the basketball well defensively and offensively. Tonight, the rebounding battle, a good one. Ottumwa with 11 total rebounds, Mount Pleasant with 10, and just by the naked eye, they've looked better on the glass tonight.
Well, I'll tell you what, Brody Bender, had to go to the bench for a little bit because he had 2 quick fouls, and Clayton Lowry had to go to the bench because he had 2 fouls. And, sometimes, I know here, the longer you go in basketball history, I mean, I come from way back, and, usually when you got 2 fouls early, you still play. But anymore, you get 2 fouls early, you're on the bench. And that's another reason why I'd like to see that 5 foul get exiled. If you get 5 fouls, you're still playing. The other team gets the 2 shots to go out of bounds on your 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th foul, how many ever you have. You might penalize a kid in basketball because he's got 5 fouls.
Well, the Panthers will go back to their usual starting 5. We went a little long-winded there, Coach, but there's a lot to talk about after half number 1 there.
Yeah, there is. There's always a lot. You go into the Ottumwa locker room, and I'm sure their number 1 priority was stop us from shooting the 3, because that's what got us that 11-1 lead. And the second thing he probably talked about is we got to get the ball to Schwartz every time down the floor. And if he doesn't have a shot, he'll dish it back out. And if you're in Mount Pleasant's locker room, I think Coach Akey's probably talking about make sure you move the ball enough, not a stall game, but move the ball enough to where when we do get a shot, it's a good shot and we're patient. And then on defense, both teams are playing hard. I don't think either coach has got a qualm on the defense.
Well, the Panthers, beg your pardon, they're going to start with Zach Manganello. He's in the game for Brody Bender. I'm not sure if Bender is shaken up or not. I don't see him on the bench. So
he might be ill.
He might be. So Zach Manganello is going to see some extended run here as the Panthers will begin half number 2 with the basketball. Left to right on your radio dial, KILJ, KILJ.com. A missed shot by Clayton Lowry, but an offensive rebound by Manganello. Deep 3 by Hoyle, no good. And a loose ball foul called against Zach Manganello. That was a really deep 3.
That was on Lowry.
They're going to actually, yeah, you're right. They're going to get Lowry, which is his 3rd, and the team's 1st. That's tough because Jack Johnson's going to have to come in for him immediately.
Brody Bender's back on the bench. I don't know if Brody's ill or it doesn't look like he's feeling very good.
No, it doesn't. Jack Johnson played 6 minutes in that first half. Zach Manganello played 8 minutes in the first half, so those 2 guys are going to have to be leaned on tonight. Somewhere right to left on their radio dial here in half number 2. They're looking in for Schwartz. The double team comes. Jack Johnson fronting the post. Swung to Handley. Back up top for Hammer. Between the legs dribble, left wing. Into the corner it goes for Grady. Back up top for Hammer. Inside for the big man and Jack Johnson was trying to cover Trey Swartz man for man. That's not going to work.
No, it's not going to happen.
Trey Swartz with 21 points. Jack Johnson, right wing. Up top for Hoyle. 9-point lead for Ottumwa. 33-24. Here's Brevin Wilson cutting. He had it blocked from behind with a foul called on Jake Handley. I think that'll be Drake's first.
That was on.
They're not going to get him.
That was on Hammer, I think.
Yes. Well, there's 2 guys right there. I would put the guy behind him, the guy in front of him, and guess what? You were right, and I was wrong. Wilson at the line. Good. Well, like you said at the halftime break, Coach, Ottumwa was going to keep featuring Trey Swartz, and they did just that. There's no match for Jack Johnson. Johnson's a good athlete, but Swartz is just a bigger guy. Free throw, no good. And the rebound comes to Swartz. 33-25, an 8-point lead for Ottumwa. Right wing, here's Glosser. Inside for Swartz, and guess what? That's from Handling. 35-25, a 10-point lead for the Ottumwa Bulldogs. 6:19 to go in the third quarter. Keegan Cohorst off the dribble over to Wilson, and Wilson couldn't handle the pass. Turnover for Mount Pleasant. Not a good start to the third quarter.
No, it sure isn't. We're going to have to figure out a way to handle Swartz. Maybe we have to triple team him. I don't know, but double team and one-on-one has not worked so far.
Johnson, left side, guarding Kai Glosser. Ottumwa running a nice little offensive set here. You called it, Coach. Here's Hammer straight away. Over to Swartz, left wing. Swartz off the bounce. Has Jack Johnson. I'm going to post him up immediately. Double team comes. Swartz, pretty good. He is carving up Mount Pleasant. He has 25 points. Trey Swartz is terrific. Here's Hoyle. Over to Jack Johnson, left wing. Johnson trying to turn the corner, doesn't. Takes it to Hoyle, left corner. Hoyle to the free throw line. Stop and pop shot, no good. And the rebound taken by Ottumwa. And they're feeling really good right now. And the loose ball foul called against Devin Wilson as well. And Caleb Anke's going to take a 30-second timeout. Well, Coach, we talked about it during halftime. Trey Swartz would have to be public enemy number one. And just that time on Ottumwa's last offensive possession, it gets Swartz on the wing. He sets a high ball screen. The Panthers switch it and get Jack Johnson on Swartz. And Swartz makes it look too easy.
Well, you know, it's not bad Mount Pleasant defense. It's just an expert passing and patience of Ottumwa. And then once Swartz gets the ball, he's a talented basketball player. He's going to make an easy shot out of it. He's got a good drop step and a good pivot move inside on the low block. And he just can't be stopped. And maybe we get some help from the weak side, maybe we can get an offensive foul on him when he turns to make that drop step move. But we're going to have to do something different because he's in control of his basketball game right now. He's almost got as many points as we do.
Swartz, 25 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists. He's 8 of 11 from the field.
Most of them layups, but that's what he works for.
And a pump foul called on Jack Johnson, his third. 5:17 to go, third quarter. Ottumwa by 12.
The officials have called the game close the entire time. And very fairly.
Connor Peterson into the game. Jack Johnson to the bench. Brody Bender also back in. It's Brandon Mello is checked in. And they're going to get an offensive foul here against Trey Swartz.
That was not an offensive foul, but we'll take it because we need it.
Swartz picks up his first. 37-25. Ottumwa by 12. 5 and change to go third quarter. Here's Bender over to Wilson, left wing. Wilson driving right. Wild shot, no good. The rebound comes to Trey Swartz. Swartz looking to go coast to coast. Pulls the dribble up. Into the corner. A double team for Gravy and a jump ball. And the tie-up arrow favors Ottumwa. 4:52 to go third quarter. 37-25. Bulldogs by 12. Sideline right on the inbound. Joe Hammer gets it in to Drake Candling. Back to Hammer.
You know, in a normal basketball game, 12-point lead wouldn't be that big, but both these teams are in the 40s scoring-wise and defense-wise, and 12-point is a big lead in a game like this.
Gravy left corner. Up top for Hammer. Over to Handling. Swartz sets the screen. Handling goes around it. Kicks to Glosser. Into the near corner for Hammer. Up top, Swartz. Shot fake. Swartz steps into a triple. No. And the rebound tipped on a play by Ottumwa. It'll go back to Mount Pleasant. 37-25. 4:20 to go in the third quarter. Ottumwa leads by 12, and a good stop for Mount Pleasant's defense.
Well, Brody Bender's back in the game, and hopefully he's going to be a plus for us. But it looks like he might be under the weather, but I hope he can help us offensively.
Keegan Cohorst off the dribble, pulls up from 15. No good. Rebound to Swartz. 37-25, Ottumwa by 12, 4 minutes to go. Here's handling from the corner for three, no. The rebound taken by Swartz, but the three-point shot from handling went over the glass, they'll say. So it'll go back to Mount Pleasant. Quick little conference. And now they're good to go. So it's almost had 3 empty trips in a row, but so Mount Pleasant.
Yeah. Game's kind of come to a standstill offensively.
37-25, Bulldogs by 12. Brody Bender, right wing. Skip to Hoyle, left side. Hoyle penetrating to the elbow. Nice pass to Brevin Wilson. Kick to Cohorst. Cohorst putting the moves on. Spinning baseline. Smooth from Keegan Cohorst. 37-27, Ottumwa by 10. 3:27 to go, third quarter. Trey Swartz, left wing.
Ottumwa very patient offensively.
Up top to Hammer. Right side for Glosser. Over to Hammer, looking in for Swartz. Right block, double team comes. Hammer's all alone, right corner, three throw. Well, give credit to Swartz. Had the basketball IQ to realize he was doubled and kicked it to the open man.
Yeah, when you have somebody like Swartz, you should have a rule that he touches the ball at least once every time down the floor. He didn't have a shot, so he passed out to Hammer, and Hammer made the three.
Hoyle from deep NBA range. It's an air ball. And Mount Pleasant offensively as Clayton Lowry checks in. Good ground, Connor Peterson. Handling and Glosser come out. Menenga back in with Griner. A long entry pass comes to Swartz, spinning left. Layup, no, he left it short.
That's the first bad shot he's taken.
And the rebound comes to Hoyle. 40-27, Ottumwa by 13. 2:24 to go, third quarter.
We need a basket.
High post look for Brevin Wilson, working on Swartz, up with a right hand. Brevin Wilson putting some English on it, going up with the right hand at good, going glass. It's an 11-point Ottumwa lead, 2:09 to go, third quarter. There's Griner, left side wing for Gravy. Gravy cutting in, lays it up and in. Jackson Hoyle stepped over the baseline on the entry pass, Coach.
Those kind of things just can't happen.
42-29, 13-point Ottumwa lead. Entry pass comes to Trey Swartz. Low on the right, his run is good. It is up to a 15-point lead, and Ottumwa is really taking charge of this basketball game. Right side, here is Brevin Wilson. Kicks over to Hoyle. Looks back door. Well, Brody Bender. Bender has it right corner. Skipped over to Cohorst. Cohorst off the dribble, up with the right hand. Wild shot, no good. Offensive rebound by Brevin Wilson is put back, no. And a rebound by Hoyle up with the right. He's finally fouled.
That was a wild exchange. I think both teams got away with a couple fouls on that exchange.
I think you're right. They're going to get the foul on Adam Griner. His second, team's third. Shooting two is Jackson Hoyle. Hoyle with 5 points. Free throw's good. Checking back in for Ottumwa, number 40, Quentin Bishop. He will grab Trey Swartz, who has played wire to wire so far, Coach. 27 points, 3 assists, 8 rebounds for Swartz.
That's good for a game. And we're not in the fourth quarter yet.
Hoyle's second free throw. Skitters off the rim to the rights. And the rebound taken by the newly inserted Quentin Bishop. 15-point lead for Ottumwa. Caitlin Menengo off the bounce, has it stripped, taken away by Hoyle. Hoyle up court to Clayton Lowry, finds a cutting Brevin Wilson. Wilson spinning to the cup, lays it up and in. Brevin Wilson makes it a 12-point lead. 44-32.
Well, he's going to give Schwartz this rest of this quarter off. They got a minute to go, and I would imagine they'll probably play for one with him sitting on the bench.
Here's Menenga bouncing short corner right for Bishop. Jumper score. Well, Bishop hitting a 15-foot jumper. Bishop doesn't score a whole heck of a lot. Matter of fact, that's his first bucket all season. There's Lowry, traveled. Yes, he did. It's going bad to worse now, Coach.
But you know what? We're still not out of it. We're only 14 points down. We just got to keep working hard.
Mount Pleasant, 3 of 12 from the field this quarter. Ottumwa, 7 of 10.
We've got some tired people out there right now.
We do. Hoyle and Brevin Wilson and Keegan Cohorst have all played the entire quarter. Here's a turnover. Wilson pickpockets Menenga, but Menenga gets him back. Loose ball tie-up. The arrow favors Mount Pleasant. Ty Glosser comes back in. Menenga checks out. Menenga gave them good first half minutes, but that was not a good run for Galen Menenga there.
Yeah, he played well in the first half. Everybody's got to know their role.
18 seconds to go, third quarter. Mount Pleasant trailing by 14 will get the final shot. Hoyle nearly turned it over. Comes to Brevin Wilson near corner. Back up top for Cohorst. Deep three. Cohorst. And that will do it for the third quarter. Mount Pleasant closes with a first three-point shot by Keegan Cohorst. Cohorst with 17 points. Trey Swartz with 27. It's Ottumwa 46, Mount Pleasant 35. Back in 1 minute. You're listening to Panther Basketball.
From preventative care to surgical needs, Northeast Animal Hospital is here to help. If you can't take Fido with you on that vacation trip, Northeast Animal Hospital is here again with boarding care for even your special needs sweethearts. For a full-service veterinary practice that cares for your pets with a loving heart, call 385-9533.
Thinking about a building project around your home? Think of Zeglin Construction of Olds, Iowa. Rob Zeglin and his crew will do a professional job using quality products and making sure you're satisfied with the work from start to finish. Give them a call today at 319-601-9051. Get a hold of Zeglin Construction soon. Get Rob on the job.
Let's talk. Talk with one of your local Edward Jones financial advisors. Call Rich Mueller at 385-9860. Patricia Martin at 385-7081. Dave George at 385-1216. Or Whitney Rogers at 385-3411. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Fourth quarter is on here at Mount Pleasant High School. An update from our out-of-town scoreboard. The Mount Pleasant girls fall 47-30 to Benton. Benton moves to 4-2. The Panthers drop to 1-5. It'll be Ottumwa basketball to begin play here in the fourth quarter. Right to left on your radio dial as Joe Hammer is at the controls. Right side now for Adam Greiner. Up top it comes for Gravy. Swung near side for Hammer. Near the corner for Glosser. Glosser over to Gravy. Gravy holds, gives it back to Glosser straight away. Swartz posting hard, they can't get it to him. Gravy picks the bounce up, and it's tipped over. Cohorst to the rim. Layup good. On the right corner. 46-37, 7:14 to go, fourth quarter. Joe Hammer at the controls. Yo-yos the dribble up front. Throws it left side for Glosser. Glosser finding a posting. Schwartz, who turned it over. Putting it up on the bounce. And coming in for Ottumwa is Drake Handling as he will grab Matt Gravy. So momentum ever so slightly coming back to Mount Pleasant, Coach.
Yeah, it sure has. We got to have a good bucket here. Be patient, get a good shot.
46-37 and an offensive foul called away from the basketball. I don't know who they got it on. We'll see. It's on Clayton Lowry. That's his fourth. And Clayton will have to play this one with 4 personals.
No, it's unbelievable. Almost got 10 turnovers. We've got 13, but there's only been 6 points scored off of all those turnovers. Joe, team taking advantage.
Joe Hammer between the rings. 6.5 to play in the game. Mount Pleasant trailing by 9. Here's Griner, left wing. Up top for Glosser. Swung to Handling. Handling up top for Hammer. Swung to Swartz. Swartz off the bounce. Swartz to the paint. Hangs in the air. Runner, no good. Too strong. Rebound to Lowry. He's on the leak out. Lowry to the rim. Euro stepping over the right. Gets it to go. Coast to coast. It's down to 7. 46-39. 6:04 to go in the game. Reiner to the rim, but a timeout before taken by Neil Hartz. Ottumwa will take time with 6 minutes even to go in the fourth quarter. Mount Pleasant trailing 46-39. It's a full timeout. We'll take it with them. Back in a minute. This is Panther basketball.
Land Surveying Services of Mount Pleasant is your full-service surveying company capable of all types of land surveys, elevation certificates, topography, and construction staking. A father-son company, they know the value of hard work. Located at 1505 North Broadway in Mount Pleasant, proud to sponsor KILJ Sports.
When the game is over, the fun begins. Enjoy a meal of pizza, ribs, chicken, steak, pasta, fish, and more at the Drake Restaurant in Burlington, Iowa, overlooking the beautiful Mississippi River. You will be served by a staff of smiling, happy people. No charge for the smiles. Enjoy the game. Y'all come see me at the Drake Restaurant in Burlington, Iowa.
46-39 the score. Coach, Mount Pleasant has rallied back. They got it down to 7.
Defense has got him back in it.
And now the ever-burning question is how long can they keep Trey Swartz off the points?
Well, another question is, too, our kids are working so hard on defense, they're starting to get a little bit tired. We've got to have a little help off the bench.
That's a very good point. Mount Pleasant having to play their starters a heavy minutes load tonight. Ty Glosser straight away looks for Griner left wing. Griner kicks it over to Hammer. Up top for Handling. Swung back to Glosser, looking in for Swartz. Can't get it to him. Up top for Griner. Griner left side wing. Takes the dribble up. Bender gets him to turn it over. Double dribble on Adam Griner. And here the Mount Pleasant student section getting after it, Coach.
Well, Ottumwa's making a lot of long cross-court passes, and we got to be ready to pick one of those off and go the other way.
Bender short corner right, up top for Hoyle. Thought about the 3, drives baseline. Tries it from 15, can't get it to go. Tough shot for Hoyle, it's missed. The rebound comes to Swartz. And it's given off to Hammer. As Hammer will walk it across the timeline. Handling left wing, poked on a play by Bender. And Bender, like you said, he looks ill tonight. He looks like he's got the flu of some sort.
Yeah, it sure does. He looks winded right now, and
he's cutting it out.
He's going on fumes.
He sure is. Here's Griner looking in for Swartz. Swartz going left good and the foul. And he flexes towards Brevin Wilson. Open arm for Trey Swartz. He knew that was only a matter of time as Wilson picks up his second foul, the team's 5th. Back to a 9-point game. Swartz has 29 points.
He's a horse.
And he hits the foul shot. That's the 3rd time this season Swartz has hit the 30-point mark, Coach.
He's a good player.
Brevin Wilson with a baseline drive, back up top for Cohorst. 10-point lead for Ottumwa, under 5 minutes to go in the game. Cohorst pirouetting to the rim. Layup no good. Handling with the rebound. Cohorst just missed it. Lead stays at 10. Hammer front court right for Griner. Griner dribbling. Double team comes. Kicks it out to Glosser. Back to Griner. Over to Handling. Looking in for Swartz. Low on the right. Swartz is fouled. And I think Keegan Cohorst has a legitimate right. Because there's really nothing he can do there. He had his hand straight up. Backside defense. But Swartz so big and so athletic that he just draws a ton of contact, Coach.
He does.
And he seeks it out and absorbs contact well.
Big body.
30 points for Swartz tonight. Free throw's good.
50-39. Ottumwa back up by 11. Second free throw is good by Swartz. And he has 32 points. 12-point lead for the Bulldogs as Lowry off the drive is fouled by Griner. That'll be Griner's third, the team's fourth. Pleasant basketball. Bender left all alone. Right corner three. Way off. And the rebound comes to Swartz. And Ottumwa feeling good now. Up 12 with 4 minutes to go in the game. Looking in. Here's a pass for Swartz, but a foul called before as Hammer glided to the rim. And here's pushed. It's on Brevin Wilson, his third. And that's the bonus for Ottumwa. Joe Hammer at the line. 5 of 6 from the free throw line this year for Hammer. And these are his first attempts of the night. Oh, they're going to say that was a shot, coach. He's going to get 2. Well, it looked like a pass.
It was a pass
to Swartz, but
Bulldogs got a break.
The Bulldogs got a break. Free throw number 1 is good. How about these numbers for Trey Swartz tonight, Coach? 10 of 16 from the field, 9 of 14 from 2, 1 of 2 from 3. Second free throw is good. He has 32 points and 10 rebounds.
Not a bad night.
Not a bad night at all. Hammer makes it a 14-point game with 4 minutes to go. Here's Lowry spinning middle, can't get it to go, and guess who's there for the board? It's Swartz. Here's a quick pass to Griner. He needs to deny. Griner missed it. The rebound comes to Brevin Wilson. Wilson to the rim, scooping up with the right. Can't get it to go, but a foul called.
Yeah, that was a good move by Brevin Wilson. Had a chance to make a 3-point play, but he just hung on the rim and dropped off.
53-39. The foul called on Joe Hammer is his second. And Caitlin Meninga ready to check in for the Bulldogs after this foul shot by Wilson. That goes. Brevin into double figures with 10. Gonna take that right out of your mouth, Coach?
Sure do.
Meninga checks in for Adam Griner, who's had a solid defense spectacular night with just a couple of rebounds, but he kind of does the dirty work for them, doesn't he?
He does.
Wilson makes them both. 53-41. 12-point lead for Ottumwa. The inbound comes to Kai Glosser. I'll tell you what, Ottumwa is built around Swartz, but their role players, as you talk about ad nauseum, they know their role and they don't kind of stray away from it.
No, they don't. Very disciplined.
And on top here is Hammer. Between the rings, 3:21 to go, fourth quarter. Left side, Meninga. Back up top for Glosser. Swung to Swartz right wing.
I think they're going to be satisfied to run clock.
I think you're right. Hammer now. Swung to the near side for Handling. Handling up top for Glosser. Takes it to Meninga. Over to Glosser.
And it's hard to play defense right now for our kids because they're getting tired.
Right side, Glosser. Left side for Meninga. Over to Handling. Up top for Hammer. Ottumwa really patient now. Mount Pleasant at the mercy of this Bulldog attack. Glosser, left side for Meninga. Back up top for Glosser. Double team comes. Glosser splits it. Takes it back out to Joe Hammer. One hand pass to Swartz. Swartz thought about going to the rim. Pulls it back out. And this is nice from Ottumwa.
We're going to have offense, defense, and have the defense foul.
Meninga curls to the rim. Kicks it back out to Hammer. Swing to Glosser. Now to Swartz. Back off to Hammer. Over to Swartz. Double team comes. Swartz kicks it back to Glosser. Into the corner for Handling. Under 2 minutes to go. Wide open.
And that's the dagger from Handling. 55-41. What a possession as Cohorst goes to the rim. A lot of contact, and he is slow to get up. Didn't get it to go, but Lowry follows. How is that not a foul there? 55-43. Cohorst giving it his all tonight. 19 points tonight for Cohorst. 1:41 to go, fourth quarter. 55-43. Ottumwa leads by 12. Well, Coach, if there was ever a argument from my side of things about getting a shot clock in the game of basketball, that last possession by Ottumwa is the one to show the association.
Well, see, I'm not in favor of the shot clock.
Really?
You've got a lead. You're protecting it. You earn the lead. Why have to worry about shooting the ball?
That's true. It also would make games more competitive, but we'll save that debate for our next car ride.
I know it's probably coming, but I'm just not in favor of it.
Sure, here's a foul on the inbound. Jack Johnson picks it up. Johnson is in the game for Cohorst. And it'll be 1-and-1 free throws for Ottumwa. Manganello is also checked in for Bender. Johnson has picked up 4 fouls in this game. And the interesting thing today, Coach, is Johnson 4 fouls in just 8 minutes. Free throws no good, way off, and a loose ball foul called as Menenga missed the free throw. Lowry grabbed the miss. And it'll be a foul on Drake Handling, which is his first. There's Johnson up top for Lowry. Lowry, right-hand dribble to the rim. He is fouled with 1:29. I think Lowry, he's played 17 minutes tonight, Coach, but he's had 4 fouls, but he's had a decent night. 7 points, 2 assists, and 5 rebounds for Mount Pleasant.
Yeah, we've played hard. That's what you got to keep doing it. And we've done that tonight. Our kids are going to be exhausted.
Taylor Young checks in for Caitlin Menenga. It's a 12-point game with 1:29 to go in the fourth quarter. Lowry's free throw is good. Clayton's come on over the last couple of weeks.
He's played well.
55-44. He can kind of add another dimension to this team as he makes both free throws. Bounce pass comes to Handling. To Hammer. Hammer nearly turned it over, but he threw it off Jack Johnson. It'll stay with Ottumwa. Inbound comes to Swartz. Swartz to the rim. Gets it to go. And one. Swartz is a machine. 36 points in Ottumwa. They have a special one on their team, and he wears number 22.
Yeah, there's no question about that. He can play.
Gatlin Menenga checks back in for Ottumwa. We will grab Taylor Young. Connor Peterson also back in for Clayton Lowry. 57-45. Swartz at the line. He missed it. Rebound to Hoyle. The Let's Play Football chant now by Mount Pleasant. I hate that chant, Coach. That is too. There's Wilson, fadeaway jumper. Can't get it to go. Guess who's there? Swartz for the rebound. Boy, oh boy, is Swartz so good. The outlet pass, however, returned over. Peterson will try a 3. Back iron, no good, but Swartz is there again for the rebound. Swartz into the corner. Double team comes, kicks it out, and before that, a timeout with 50.7 to go. And Ottumwa in control, and as you always say, Coach, at this point, it's all but academic. There it is, 50.7 to play, 57-45. Mount Pleasant trailing by 12. And I don't know how, we talked about it so much tonight, Coach. We might sound like a broken record, but Trey Swartz has 36 points and 13 rebounds tonight. He has been a man amongst boys.
And he's played defense, and He's a one-man show, there's no doubt about it. He scored 36 of their 57 points. And I tell you what, you're on a Ottumwa schedule. That's one guy you're going to have to stop if you're going to beat Ottumwa.
57-45, Ottumwa by 12. Also important to note that Keegan Cohorst is receiving medical attention on the bench. He took one to the beak on that late drive, and if he misses any time, you're really looking at some problems for Mount Pleasant offensively.
Yes, you are.
Swartz, right wing, working on Manganello. Kicks it back out to Handling. Handling threw it away, looking for Swartz. Didn't need to do that, did he?
No, he didn't.
40
thing about it is he had a man wide open under the basket. Didn't see him, thank goodness.
40.4 to go in this game. Boyle, top of the circles, gives it off to Wilson. No spacing by Mount Pleasant right now as Wilson just dribbling into nothing. Gives it off to Johnson, spinning, he turned it over. Handling front court right. Johnson's hurt now. Swartz into the corner, he'll try another three, in and out. Boy, this place would have erupted. Connor Peterson grabs the miss. Time to get Swartz out of there. Time to pull us into the game for Johnson. And Ottumwa's going to empty the bench, as they should. So Handling comes out, as is Trey Swartz. 36 points, 3 assists, 13 rebounds for Trey Swartz. Elias Elamari into the game for Ottumwa, as is Quentin Bishop. Tyler Shark into the game for Glosser. Ethan Vascones in for Joe Hammer. And a timeout for Mount Pleasant as they're going to sub in Marcus Campbell. And let's see who else. Jonathan Myers with 15.5 to go. Mount Pleasant's going to fall to 2-4 on the season, Coach.
Yeah, they are. You know, it's not one of those games where we really played bad. It's one of those games where Ottumwa played really well. They were very patient on offense. They knew what they had to do on offense. They went to their money man, and that was Trey Swartz. He's averaging 22 points a game. He's got 36 tonight, and you couldn't play much better than he played.
Trey Swartz is terrific. And he has had a wonderful night here this evening. Connor Peterson, front court left. Off the bounce, wiggles to the rim, no, but Cooper Pullis is there for the rebound. Pullis missed the no-footer. It's loose to Manganello. Loose over to Alamari, who couldn't get up half court. Ottumwa wins it going away, 57-45. And at the start of the night, Trey Swartz, who finishes with 36 points and 13 rebounds. An absolute beastly performance